Hello, beautiful people. Testing this out here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Let's see. One second. Here we are, beautiful people. I hope all is well. Welcome to From the Bleachers. No, rather, welcome to the Thomas Sports Show, formerly known as From the Bleachers. The Thomas Sports Show. This is clean pin something, because I don't remember. It's been such a long time, but you know how it goes with life. And we want to talk about some of that wrestling, jump right into it. And this might be a little bit of older news, but I didn't get a chance to talk about it. So we're talking about it now. I hope you don't mind. It's still relative. It's still intertwined somehow. By the way, on this channel, on the Thomas Sports Channel, we talk pro wrestling. We talk a little bit NBA, MLB, NBA, NHL. We try to cover everything here. TNA, AEW, yada, yada, yada. Yada, 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 yada. Where do we begin? In no particular order. Man, I miss my AJ Styles. I miss AJ Styles. And that big bully Gunther, well, he took that big bully Gunther, he took away AJ Styles from us. And, we kind of knew it in interviews coming into this year that, and kind of AJ has said that this is his year. John Cena kind of alluded it that he wants to go out this year. In prior interviews, that AJ told him that, if I remember correctly, the story. And but we're only in February, and AJ has been retired now for a couple of weeks. Right, going into the Royal Rumble, I personally thought that it would be that we would have AJ Styles a little bit longer. I thought that maybe we would have him to about SummerSlam, maybe, but not so quickly as it was in the Royal Rumble. Pretty much, almost a month ago now. But I guess when you look back at it and how Gunther entered his career, that was the thing that made the most sense. They wanted to build Gunther as this incredible bad guy, this incredible heel, and that's exactly what they did. He won. He won. Though he cheated prior on that SmackDown. One might say that AJ Styles deserved to win that one as well, which we know was the fact. But Royal Rumble, there was SmackDown, no pun intended, smack right in the middle, 1, 2, 3. Gunther wins, and AJ Styles has been retired. He goes on Stephanie's McMahon's podcast. Stephanie McMahon kind of hints at it. She's like, everyone is entitled to at least come back once, right? Ain't that what it is nowadays? That everyone comes back at least once? AJ kind of I think he even said that himself, kind of, brushed it off, kind of, kind of a deal. But, when I look at it, especially that letter that AJ wrote, or that AJ's wife wrote to him after he retired. It kind of wrote it in a tone like, AJ, listen, you're not going to the ring anytime soon. Now I'm sure he might have the itch after going on vacation for a little bit. Maybe he's probably on vacation right now, going to a few baseball games and a few dance recitals, going a few times grocery shopping. He might say to himself, you know what? This stinks. I'm AJ Styles. I want to get back into wrestling. Now, I think that we will see. I think that we will see. I think that we will see AJ Styles back in the ring again. But I don't think it will be for a WWE. Nor do I think that it will be for AEW. I think, unless I'm completely wrong, I think. Now, he said that, like in those promos leading up to the match with Gunther. If I'm completely wrong, then tell me. But he pretty much said that I am done. I won't putting up my career in WWE. I don't think he ever said wrestling specifically. That's why what I think will happen is I think we will see AJ Styles somewhere, somehow, back in the TNA ring. You've seen the interactions that he had with Santana. You've seen the interaction that he had with Frankie Kazarian. I think AJ Styles could have a few matches there in TNA. Go back to where he was, unfinished business, and maybe capture gold there. Help out TNA. Am I off base with this? Now you might be saying to yourself, listen, Thomas, listen to me here, Thomas. You might be saying to yourself, listen to me. Triple H said that he's done, that he's not going back into a ring. Did he ever specifically say that he's not going back to a TNA ring? I mean, there is a working relationship with TNA, so it would not be where AJ Styles is ruffling any feathers. And I don't believe that his contract is up yet in AJ Styles. Though if that makes sense, right? Although he's. Now I'm just speaking out here. But I don't think his contract is up. So technically, I mean, look, I just see AJ Styles before everything's all said and done ending up in the TNA ring. And this is what I think will happen. Don't be surprised, to throw a curveball here. Don't be surprised if that is sooner rather than later. Now, they would have to kind of honestly get the ball moving on this very quickly. But what if AJ Styles, say, appears in TNA within the next couple weeks, speaking with Santana, and he says, listen, I want the title shot. And then Santana says something to the effect of, listen, we're going to do it at WrestleMania. Why? Because, I don't know, I want this, not only is your WWE career over, you're going to lose a chance at the Impact title again in the WWE ring. Something to that effect. I could see that happening. Why not? It will be good exposure for TNA Impact as well to have a world champion on a ESPN app pay-per-view, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm just speaking out loud. Point is I don't think. I think AJ Styles is done in a WWE ring, but I do see him somehow in an Impact ring still. Maybe going up against the championship with Santana, Frankie Kazarian over there as well. Why not? That would definitely help TNA Impact since they've been on board, with that new TV deal. Would bring in some eyes. And look, so far, every indication, everything that you've seen, it has seemed that the TNA WWE relationship has been working. Now, sometimes I will say it feels that maybe it's a little bit one-sided. A lot of the times, you have the NXT talent winning the WWE championships, right? Especially in particular the NXT championships. But I guess you could say that because, well, they're now carrying that title on the NXT, USA platform where you get in the eyeballs, and I guess you could go that way, right? So far so good overall, I think, with this relationship. Now, upcoming, you're going to see why are we doing a AJ Styles appreciation night. Hold on, boys and girls. Strap in for this one. I may be way off base, but I think this is needed. Now, we all know WWE, again, their ticket sales for WrestleMania has not been the greatest. We could say many of things why that might be. Maybe where we could start, I don't know, for the simple reason of you need a mortgage to go there, to Vegas, and buy tickets and whatever, all that glitz and glamour. But maybe the card needs a little build. Whatever it is, people are not that excited about WrestleMania this year. Work with me on this. AJ Styles Appreciation Night. Careful. WWE never said that AJ Styles is going to be there for Appreciation Night. They're just going to have an Appreciation Night. It might make sense, though, but it would make sense that he would be there, nonetheless, right? By the way, did you see how Dragon Lee just absolutely clocked Gunther? So this is why we have the AJ Appreciation Night, right? Dragon Lee, AJ Styles, former tag team champions. They have a relationship. Dragon Lee I'm sorry. Dragon Lee is in the ring there with AJ Styles. It's the AJ Lee, the AJ Styles, AJ Lee, Dragon. All right, Dragon Lee is in the ring with AJ Styles. AJ Appreciation Night. Dragon Lee is holding the event. The host. Couple of highlight clip before you could play a highlight clip. Gunther comes out. And just annihilates. It says get AJ Styles out of the ring. He's no longer a contracted wrestler. Security comes. They take out AJ Styles out of the ring. They're walking towards the back. Gunther's now fully in the ring. Clocks, annihilates Dragon Lee. AJ Styles is, he's, and Gunther is just smiling and laughing like, the snarkiness that he is. And AJ Styles gets a microphone and he says, listen, I want to fight you, Gunther. I want to fight you. And Gunther says, no. No. Why are we going to reverse? Why are you going to come out of retirement? Why am I going to allow you to come out of retirement? I beat you. I beat you fair and square, he says. The only one, AJ Styles, that is allowed to get you out of retirement is me. It's Gunther. And you have this appreciation night, and you should be gone. Nothing to appreciate about you. You want to fight me? And AJ Styles is just livid after what he did to after what Gunther is did to Dragon Lee. He wants to fight him. No, nothing in it for me. I already beat you twice. You can't unretire. I'm not allowing it. And then boom. All of a sudden, being that you guessed it, being that AJ Styles is not able to do anything, he's being held back by security. He's not a licensed wrestler no more, or a contracted wrestler, so Gunther says. And out comes Brock Lesnar. F5's Gunther. Crowd goes crazy. Face Brock Lesnar. Don't you talk to AJ Styles that way, kid. Brock says, I might not like AJ Styles either, but I respect him. He paved the way. He's been around longer than you have, kid. There you have it. Gunther versus Brock Lesnar, a WrestleMania matchup set up by AJ Styles Appreciation Night. How about that? How does that sound? I think that sounds pretty damn good. Considering, what we've been hearing about plans for, now listen, I'm a big fan of LA Knight. LA Knight, yeah, what everybody's saying. LA Knight, I'm a big fan of LA Knight. Felt so bad for LA Knight. On that show on Netflix, what is it called? Unscripted, Uncensored, what is it called? Backstage Uncensored, Unscripted. You know what I'm getting at. By the way, I'm starting to think this is that show's a work in itself. I don't think a matchup like LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar is the best way to go for LA Knight. I could just see, quite honestly, Brock Lesnar saying, LA Knight? I'm not going to lose to LA Knight. No. I don't think Brock Lesnar, more importantly, even the WWE fans, would be invested in a Brock Lesnar LA Knight fight, because we assume that LA Knight will just be destroyed if he's going up against Brock Lesnar, if you know what I mean. So I don't think that is the way to go. And quite honestly, I don't think anyone honestly believes that we're going to be leaning towards a um, Gunther Dragon Lee. No. Though, you know, I could see this also happening. So let me re-edit my prior comment. I could also see this happening. I know my Brock Lesnar analogy might have been a little bit wild out of context. Like that segment would have to have a lot going on. We're talking about AJ being held back by security, Dragon Lee just being completely demised. That's a lot of going on there. I could possibly see, during the AJ Styles Appreciation Night, Dragon Lee getting pummeled, AJ being held back and trying to fight, and Gunther says, "No, I'm not going to allow you to come back to fight at WrestleMania. You're done. I ended you." I could see also possibly Rey Mysterio. I could see Rey Mysterio defending the honor of Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. Now, Rey Mysterio is up there as well. I could possibly see where we're going to have Gunther versus Rey Mysterio, and this could be as well a career match. Possibly. I could see that happening as well. One thing that I did not like recently on that I seen on Raw, if you remember, that whole interaction with CM Punk and CM Punk and Finn Balor. Now, I did not like that interaction. It kind of, the interaction, the mic work, it is what it was. I don't think many people, for whatever reason, I don't think they're all like clamoring to see a Finn Balor versus CM Punk match. I think this is just kind of going to be, kind of almost like a throwaway type of a feud just to get us to, WrestleMania, because, Roman Reigns is on another vacation. He's away. No, I think no. It's like Roman Reigns. He's back. He's gone. He's back. He's gone. God bless him. What a good contract that is, right? But I think, and it seems like Finn Balor is slowly becoming like almost like a face again. When you just look at Finn Balor, it's just amazing about how he was once at this spot where he wins the title at the Barclays Center, 10 years ago. As he's winning it, he gets injured and he has to let go of the championship, and then everything's timing, I guess, right? And then he just never is back at that spot that he once was, right? I mean, it's amazing. I guess timing and it plays a part. I don't like from that segment how CM Punk turns his back to Balor and the Judgment Day, Dom Mysterio and JD McDonough, and how they don't just clock CM Punk for turning the back on him. That kind of makes the group just look like a bunch of bunch of bees. Bunch of bees, it makes them look like. Now I know. See, now I know. Um, now I know. JD was trying to go after CM Punk, and kind of Finn Balor stopped him. But still, that's just a small thing there that did not make him. That did not put the Judgment Day in the best of light, and they made him look like a bunch of bees, and scared of a measly um, CM Punk, who apparently Mr. Kevin Nash thinks should go back to the gym and whatever, just eat a sandwich or two and get some muscles there. But that I found that interesting as well. A big deal here, jumping back to the Royal Rumble. In the Royal Rumble, I mean, for the most part, you know, eh, with the Royal Rumble, right? I think we all agree on that. But a lot was made to do about how, like, it wasn't. A lot of people had a problem with this whole yeeting thing with Jey Uso and Brock Lesnar, and all of a sudden that Brock Lesnar is eliminated. I think it was eliminated by two people during this whole yeeting thing, and the camera wasn't even like really focused on it, and how apparently that was a big mess up and big screw up, should have been a focal point, and they're just not uh you know didn't focus on it the right way, and it should have been. I didn't have a problem with that Brock Lesnar elimination, to be quite honest with you. I think that was, the way it happened. I think that was by design. And I say that I think that was by design because I don't think the WWE even wanted you to know that. To know, they just wanted you to forget about Brock Lesnar being eliminated, right? Brock Lesnar is a beast. And look, they had to eliminate him one way. They already knew that he was not going to win. They had it in their mind. And okay, he's going to get eliminated by two people. So we have to eliminate him because we know he's not going to win. Let's just eliminate him while this is happening. But people are eating. He's going to be eliminated by two people, so it's not like it's even one. Going to eliminate him by two people, and we're just going to move on like it didn't happen. Because this guy is a monster, and Brock Lesnar, the way that they have built him, right? So they probably just needed a out in how to get him out of the ring. That way people forget about it and don't make a big deal about it. This is the WWE. I don't think they wanted you to make it a big deal. Because Brock Lesnar is one of their bigger guys, and they just wanted to protect him. So that's why I think it was done that way. I think it was all done by design, and they don't want the WWE universe to get too excited about it and make it too much of a big deal because it's one of the bigger stars. So I did not have a big problem with that as much as many other people might have had. Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa. We seen him. Apologies. That new theme music in AEW. Sick. Love it. Like the look. Love the beard. It's a fellow beard guy. Love the beard. It is obvious. To me, Tommaso shined when he was in NXT, in Goldie. NXT as the champion. Shined. Then we have him back on the main roster and not much is really done with Tommaso. I mean, you put him in a tag team, um, Johnny Gargano, DIY, and a lot of people thought like that DIY were a thing on the Indies. Really, no, they were like a thing on NXT. So they put him in a tag team, with Johnny Gargano. They win a championship. They win tag team gold, but it wasn't really that memorable. I mean, if they even, what was their longest title reign as tag champs? It wasn't much of interest, right? Anything noteworthy. So they have him. So his contract is up on the way out. He's nothing but a gentleman with, all these interviews that have come up that he's out there on. He's out there. And he, just like that, very quickly, he appears on AEW television. AEW television. Keep in mind everything that Tommaso Ciampa was going through in the WWE. Not being on TV consistently all the time. It's just, very sporadic, never really, the win-loss record. Now, listen, you might say the win-loss record, who cares about that? I mean, that's true, but it also it does play a part to a certain extent. So here we are. He appears on AEW television. He's going up against Briscoe, wins the TNT Championship. First title defense, if I'm not mistaken. It was either first or second. I think it might have been the first. Maybe the second. Okay, it just slips me. Whatever the circumstance was, he lost the title already to Kyle Fletcher. Already. The title was being hot shot. It went from Fletcher to Jay Briscoe, who didn't have that championship long either. Longer than Tommaso, I believe. Maybe about the same time. Then to Tommaso. And now Tommaso loses it again. You build up this guy. You're trying to build up this character. Quote unquote, let go of the WWE stench that he has on him. You give him a title. You give him a title. And the first title defense, he loses it again. That's it. Loses it. Pin, 1, 2, 3. Kyle Fletcher champion, walks out with the titles, already talking about the next competitor. Tommaso Ciampa doesn't attack him, do anything, doesn't try to get his revenge. He just rolls out of the ring, if I'm not mistaken, and that's it. That's it. No more championship reign for Tommaso Ciampa. What was the point of that? That loss hurt him. You're trying to build him up, and now what are you going to? What are you basing you have to build up the character and build up in the matches. And you just, I don't know, you made him lose already. How does this help his character? How does this help this character? And how are you gonna spin this? He's only here. Okay, I'm sure a lot of the AEW sickos know who he is. But for others, hell, look, it's this guy with the crazy beard. He talks good. He has a cool song, but he already lost. Why should I be vested in him? I do not understand, man. I don't understand what was the point of having him lose the championship already. Speaking of which, speaking of something I do not understand, I do not understand certain things, right? Like, for example, SmackDown is now 3 hours. I thought that would be perfect to utilize the time to make sure that everyone has a storyline, right? And it has something to work with, something to sink their teeth into. I mean, your 3 hour SmackDown, everyone that you have, that roster on SmackDown coming into work should be doing something. You have 3 hours now. Everyone should be getting in. People that we haven't seen from quite some time. We seen Apollo Crews. What does that mean? That maybe his contract's coming up now? We finally see him. We haven't seen him in a while. I mean, Rusev, he might not be on SmackDown, but a guy like Rusev, maybe he should be on SmackDown. Maybe you could give him a storyline. Give him something. Aleister Black, sporadic here and there, everywhere. Although I think Aleister Black is probably in better shape than others, but still, 3 hour Raw. How is this guy not on television every week? How is creative not try to get these guys in, get them over? You have 3 hours to kill. You have 3 hours to kill. That's what I don't understand. How come, you go to 3 hours and still some of these wrestlers that don't have a storyline continue to not have a storyline. Back in the day of wrestling, no disrespect intended, even a guy like Kaientai in those times had a storyline where he could sink his teeth into and, build on from week to week. I look at Chelsea Green, who doesn't, she's on TV, not necessarily every week. Or if she's on very a short period of time. But Chelsea Green, man, she makes use of her time that she's given to the fullest extent. She utilizes that mic time and squeezes every last inch of it out. People should take advantage. She, tries to progress her storyline on social media as well. Gotta give kudos, you gotta give respect to that. Who is the guy that keeps on attacking the Vision? Now, tell you one thing. I don't know how, and I don't even know if the WWE at this point knows who the guy in the mask is, who the attacker is. I'll tell you one thing, though. It can no longer be, for this to make sense to me, whoever this is, this has to be big. Okay? And it has to be big. We can't insult the WWE fan base, the audience, because that's something that Triple H has said. He doesn't want to offend the audience, insult their intelligence. Okay? So, where we are at right now is what? He's attacked Logan Paul at this point. He has come in and attacked Theory, who was the prior masked man, but now there seems to be another masked man. But Theory was with the Vision when the masked man attacked. Braun Breaker was attacked by the masked man, so it can't be Braun Breaker. Can it be Seth Rollins? But Seth Rollins, that seems kind of quick to come back and make it to WrestleMania. Or is it? Or is it just right around the time frame when he's due back? Could it be Bad Bunny? That's what I think that's where maybe WWE wants it to go. Maybe it's Bad Bunny. But you have to make sense to me. Why would it be Bad Bunny weeks before if just recently, when in the last week, and not 3 or 4 weeks ago when the Masked Man has been attacking, is when Logan Paul kind of called out Bad Bunny last week. But these attacks have been going on quite some time, even after Theory. So why would it be Bad Bunny the weeks prior? I don't know. Maybe you tie it up somehow. I do know Logan Paul and Bad Bunny will get eyes. High-profile match. That's what TKO WWE loves, the high profile. But you have to make it make sense. These attacks have been going on for weeks. What's the reason, if you're going with this, that Bad Bunny has been attacking Division, provided that Division only talked bad about Bad Bunny as of specifically Logan Paul this past week. So don't insult our intelligence, I guess is what I want to say. Could it be Grayson Waller that a lot of people are saying? I don't know that we're going to be excited with an individual as Grayson Waller. I think this has to be big because they are just completely all in the WWE and going on with this. Now, as we're wrapping this up very shortly, and I do thank you the time for listening to Clean Pen. I trade the box open on that's when the elimination chamber is. I have no idea who could that be. Who could that be? A lot of people are saying it could be Jericho. I think Jericho, for the latest things that we heard, is that his contract was frozen while he was doing his own things there in AEW. So but that would be too hokey for him just to come out of a box, right? Might be very, very hokey. Very hokey. I don't think it's Jericho. I'll give you that much. See where it goes. Maybe it's the gobbledygooker. Who knows? Who knows? It could be the gobbledygooker. You know, see what I have here on my notes. Dun 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 dun. Dun, na, 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 na. Boom, 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 boom. Statlander, okay? Tell you this one thing here that I bid you adieu. By the way, Kit Wilson is awesome. Don't be toxic. Statlander, when she lost her title recently to the Spider. And the Spider wins. Right? You can tell she had emotion. And then they have everyone rush the ring to go after Statlander. Why not let the moment breathe with Spider winning the championship? Pan the camera at her. Look at her face. All that emotion. Why are you just rushing through to get to the next scene? Let it breathe. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Stop trying to rush it along. Please. It's one of the things I had the problems I have with AEW. It's just rushing from story to story without having anything, without allowing anything to breathe. I hope all is well. This has been an abbreviated edition of Clean Pin. Look forward to jumping on here again with a live, talk some wrestling. We're going to sprinkle in some wrestling videos here as well. NBA hockey. We're going to do maybe talk some baseball cards later on in the stream. Look for that maybe sometime at the end of tonight. And, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Let me your thoughts here on some of the wrestling news. I know I didn't cover it all. I just covered it briefly. But I gotta skedaddle. I bid you a